Okay. Can you just quick sound test? Someone say something? Oh, it's doing it again. Just a minute. It's not working. Oh, just a moment. It's because it goes, you know that sound channel you were in last time? I go, yeah. It goes, it doesn't exist. I'm like, yes, it does. Stop being. Alright, try again.
It's showing us live.
There we go. Yeah, but it wasn't recording your voices because that would be too logical, wouldn't it?
Oh, all right.
So we're gone?
Yep, you should be able to hear you now and me and everybody.
All right. Hello, wonderful world of YouTube. We are the Society of Chaotic Weirdos. Welcome to podcast 2, where we're going to be getting into a little more detail than last time, picking a couple more directed topics. The podcast today is generally going to be aimed towards potions and flavors and whatnot, as well as a bit of diving into the construction of characters and the different ways that happens, because everybody builds characters differently, and it's a fascinating topic.
Hey, cool. So I just ignore you then. Okay. So.
Oh, now dead silence.
Alright. So. I can hear myself, and it's really, really concerning to me.
Just
okay.
Smile and wave, B. Smile and wave.
Is that because you're listening to the podcast as you're broadcasting the podcast?
I have the podcast muted, though, on my screen.
Oh, I should do that so I can giggle.
Okay. So, in the Discord this last week, we ended up talking about flavors of potions. I don't remember what brought it up. Probably a medium or smart aleck comment. So, first off, one fun, interesting fact that is, I have put it, I think, into the DM notes, but I might have put it in the lore. Who knows where I put anything anymore? Might be in the archivist files for all I know. Oh no, that's where the Navy lore is. World building info? I don't know. Oh yeah, here it is. So healing potions in EVA that are meant to be used in combat can come carbonated. So you just kind of can use that carbonation to pop off the thing, and that's why it doesn't take more than an action to take it, open it, and then down it. So, and that's why if you just bonus action it, you get your dice roll, but if you use your full action, you'll get to use the full healing from that healing potion, which is nice. If you guys would get in more combat. Somebody remind me to write more combat for you guys.
And someone remind me to find more ways to dodge out of it, because what's more fun than being cheeky?
DM, you need more combat in your sessions.
But I was taking a drink.
This also means that potion of create water is now definitely going to be potion of create carbonated water.
It's not it's not you don't get healing from. You know what? If you write a potion making character, you can create carbonated water.
Yeah. Create 10 gallons of carbonated water inside someone's stomach cavity.
You don't have. Luckily, Lockie is not a potion creator, because that's
he just drinks them.
Yes.
That's just drinking alcohol.
There's a difference.
Some potions are detrimental.
Like alcohol.
Exactly.
So, I just want to take guesses from anybody. What color do you think the healing potions are in EVA?
I've always thought green, but that's because of the games I've played in the past, so I'm weird, I know.
I was gonna first guess green, but I'm also thinking they might be varying shades of yellows or golds.
I mean, I was just gonna think the basic red. I haven't seen one yet, so I can't really make a determination on that. So
I was gonna say, as the guy who plays the cleric, I know some of them are green, but in my head, like healing potions are red.
All right. So, the standard potion of healing is in fact your standard red. It's when you get into your greater healings and your superior healings that you will be getting other various colors. So your greater healing is in fact going to be, if I say mana blue, all of you, game players know what that is.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
And
Nice,
then
sparkly, bright sky blue.
Yes.
Electric blue.
And then the superior healing is actually going to be like a deep purple. However, your elixir of health is green.
Does it produce smoke on the water?
Alright, that's the end of the podcast, thank you.
Oh, no.
So, no. However, in EVA, again, this is no conversations that ever have had to come up because we haven't had a lot of potion creators. Healing potions have to be in in modern terms, a UV protected bottle. So it's gonna have to be an amber brown or completely enclosed, because exposed to the light and everything can actually lessen the effects of the healing potions within Evatoria.
Brown glass or green glass bottle
Yeah.
in Victorian technology levels.
Fun fact. So,
Cool.
So if we're ever strapped for cash and materials, could we, in theory, buy less effective, out of date healing potions for on the cheap?
yes. If you need to, yeah. It will not be as good, obviously, and there will be possible other side effects. I have a fun little chart for that in case you guys ever chose to do that.
it's called the
I can
Wild
already
Magic
imagine-
Table.
I can already imagine at least one person who plays in our party is immediately going to try it.
I feel like
Considering two of them just grabbed cards from a deck of many things from a stranger, not even a stranger, a drug dealer in a back alley.
it wasn't
Yeah.
in a back alley.
That was in broad day,
yeah, that was. Oh yeah, that wasn't broad daylight, wasn't it?
on the street.
On the street. I think it was down by the docks.
I mean, to be fair, it is on the Pirate Cove, so I mean, it's not like a huge deal. But
The fact that a drug dealer gave them a deck of many.
all right, that's different.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, at least on the onset, it just looks like you're just getting a card reading.
They freaked out so much, though.
Mechanic alone was worth the price of admission.
Oh my god.
I'm just happy that it all worked out for the best. Actually,
Yeah.
better is probably the best outcome that could have possibly happened.
Yeah, that was definitely the best outcome.
We have somebody asking I don't know who this is. I know it's your friend, but what if the character is colorblind? Well, they're also typically
luck.
they're actually different amounts of the liquid. In my head, at least within Eva, because I'm the DM, I make these rules. The more potent the spell, the less liquid needed. So it's like concentrate. So you would be sold a smaller amount.
It's also Victorian society, so if you're disabled, sucks to be you.
Yeah, you're colorblind, then
Well, I guess
you need to
Or you could just
remember who likes
know,
you.
make a little note on it saying the good shit.
yeah, the proper labels. The other
I
thing.
imagine labels would probably be kind of an important aspect of this. Victorian or not, I'm pretty sure there's labels on things.
That's-
Accidentally put in put in the poison in the greater healing shelf.
They
They don't got labels, but hey, it's in the greater
I
healing
would
shelf.
assume that they would have ridged bottles, the same as they have in Victorian
You'd think.
casks.
Yes.
So they don't put. The
Well,
poison in the
also,
potions.
there's like different types of color blindness. So there's like red, blue, and green deficit. So each variation being of like different like color on the spectrum would be helpful, because if you're, seeing how they're like wildly different between like a deep red, a bright green, and
So if
an
you
electric
can't
blue.
read and you're colorblind, then you're gonna have to trust that the person selling you the potion has given you the correct amount to be the potion that they're telling you, or have friends who will help you.
You've probably got bigger problems in Victoria than
Yeah, I think there are bigger
Yeah.
things you need
if
to worry
if you
about.
can't read and you're colorblind in that society. It's
Then you're just a peasant from an outlying village at that point, which means you're probably not going to be able to afford anything major anyway.
At that point, you take your potion to one of the temples of Gestia, who, for those unfamiliar, Gestia is the goddess of knowledge. And she's also healing and knowledge. You'll find her symbol on a lot of like your medical textbooks, and you go to one of the clerics in her temple, and they will tell you what your potion is for free. 'Cause knowledge. So, despite the fact that I can hear Flux already mumbling, even though the player is not, with me mentioning.
Oh, no. Flux knows Gesha's on the level. She's not going to do anything like malicious. If someone who like genuinely needs help, it's like, hey, listen, I got this potion. I can't identify it. I'm sure one of her clerics give them the hookup. She's not evil. She's lawful neutral.
She is lawful neutral. Yes. Flux just doesn't like her.
We get along just fine.
So
I don't
yeah,
have any complaints.
I don't think anyone has any complaints about Gestia.
Not at this point, as far as I'm aware.
I mean,
Nobody has voiced them anywhere.
aside from the fact that she's she's known as the one who's always watching. It's a little weird when you're bathing, but it is what it is.
Okay. She is called the Seeker of Knowledge. She's known by many titles throughout Evitoria. The Spider, She Beyond Sight. Her followers are often found in libraries, reliquaries, and other centers of learning and information, including it's rumored, intelligence-gathering agencies of the major countries. Her followers seek knowledge for knowledge's sake, not for any good or evil purposes. It is said that she knows all and merely watches. As the hoarder of knowledge, she has also been referred to recently as the Dragon. Oh, but this isn't supposed to be a session about the gods. If you'd like, we can make a whole podcast breaking down the gods of Evitoria.
May be necessary going down the road.
Might be,
Maybe. Who knows?
I mean,
we'll see what happens.
we could totally just change the name of this and just call it Potions and Gods instead, and save character creations if we go through it. But I'm trying to think of other potions that obviously fire breathing is in fact like a ready orange. Ready orange. I don't know. Do you guys have any other questions about any specific potions? Water breathing is not in fact blue. Fun fact.
I was
Is it
actually
green?
considering that. What is the water breathing one?
It's more of like a sea foam.
Ooh, I like that color.
So yeah, it's a sea foam type bluish green.
One of my favorite colors.
potion of poison is often able to be disguised as other potions, so I'm not going to tell you what it looks like normally.
Oh. We may have to babysit our rogue when he comes back from his vacation.
It looks like a bottle of hard cheeses.
Bottle of what?
The brand of wine that we found, hard cheeses.
Hard cheeses
Oh.
is a I can think right now. I don't think it's wine. I think it's beer.
I think that was a beer.
It's a blended
Doesn't sound
beer.
like beer.
Hard cheese is best, a blended beer made by the halfling Fullbar Hard Cheese in the village of Daggerford. It tastes like almonds, which makes it very easy to cut with cyanide, and has been known to be used to cover many poisons.
I think a potion of poison looks exactly like Mountain Dew.
What looks like Mountain Dew?
Potion of poison.
No. That's
No.
that's the potion of there's a potion of rest or something like that.
I was gonna say a vial of acid.
Vitality.
Looks like Mountain Dew.
Vial of vitality.
I mean, at that point, you may as well just put Mountain Dew in there.
Exactly.
That's just an energy potion.
Yeah. After consuming
No, that's
this
fucking
potion,
battery acid.
after consuming this potion, you are able to sleep for 12 hours.
So, first off, Ian is wanting to consume all of these drinks, so Leo needs to come back so I can put poison into the game again. And yes, I did in fact say cyanide.
Easily extractable from apples.
Sorry, I'm also
That's why
replying to
eating
the
a
chat,
lot of-
guys.
Yeah. Just on the topic of apples, that's why you don't eat apple seeds. Is if you eat a lot of them, it will kill you.
Vitamin
Fun fact.
B17.
Same thing will happen with, I believe, peach pits.
Yeah, it's how you make it, is you boil the pits. But I feel like human history is a lot of like people dying for eating stupid crap. Like the same thing happens with tomato plants, or like a cousin to nightshade. And if you like make a tea out of the leaves, it'll just kill you.
Yeah.
Scribbles and DM notes.
Uh-oh. Oh boy.
Together we
You guys
know how
are
to-
looking for a tea set.
Together we know
That
how to make a lot of
Is
poison.
concerningly true.
Yes, Asmodeus' tea set. How can we forget?
It's not.
Until proven otherwise.
Until proven otherwise.
I have my own theories on the tea set, but I'm not gonna divulge those here because I'm not.
Oh, DC, we need to have a conspiracy chat.
I imagine we will.
Gosh, you guys. We just need a whole, like, conspiracy board in the server for you guys just to post things so I can go, that's interesting. Because I've said that multiple times today in different DMs going, that's interesting.
Yeah, one of those was me either this morning or yesterday. Actually, funnily enough, involving the particular little conspiracy thought I had. So it'll be fun to see what happens.
The Elseers are run by lizard people.
I mean, lizard folk are a viable race, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least Dragonborn are.
Clearly.
Anyway, we are very much off topic.
So, then, if there's no other potions you guys want to talk about, is there? Do you guys want to do lore drops and gods, or do you want to talk about how each of us do character sheets?
I'm admittedly curious about the character sheet thing. Just for my own curiosity's sake, character building is probably one of my favorite parts of D&D itself. So just hearing about the different methods people use to construct their characters is definitely tickling my fancy. But if other people want to do another thing, I'm totally fine with that.
I mean, I guess my question on the whole character on the character portion is, I mean, do you just mean like arranging the sheets, or like just actually making a character?
All of the above. First off, before we continue, do the modifiers go in the big box or the little box?
I mean, does it matter? D&D
box.
Beyond does it?
You can swap it in D&D Beyond.
Whatever the default setting is.
Big number goes in big box. Modifier goes in little circle.
Yes.
Yes.
Because the big number determines what the little number is. Even though you use the modifier more than the raw stat.
Oh, Leo has officially stated that it goes in the big box.
What?
I don't know.
Leo
He
was
just big
sketchy
box.
and backwards, though.
I don't remember how I phrased the question. If it was modifier or the chat's a little bit behind where we are, guys. Modifier in the big box, according to Ian.
Of course. I mean, I
Ian,
won't.
I will accept the fact that you were wrong.
I won't cheat shame anybody because you
No.
use the modifier more than the raw stat. So I won't. But I'm just. To me, it makes more sense to put the raw stat in the big box. But teach
So-
their own.
I will tell you that in when I was doing 3.5 and paper character sheets 100 years ago, it would be I would put the base number in the big box and the modifier in the little. However, I just do whatever D&D Beyond does. I don't pay attention.
Yeah, same.
Oh. So yeah. Okay. So if I were to suddenly be like, okay guys, we're gonna do a game. It's gonna be in Eva. Give me a character that you're playing. Like, how do you decide? Like, because I've given you the setting. Level 5. How do you go about coming up with your character to begin with, before we touch the character sheet topics?
I guess the first question is, how serious are we being?
Can
No,
you
it's an
be
important
serious? Can you be serious? I've seen like Kenneth and Panama.
Wow. Okay, I guess we're just gonna pretend BP doesn't even exist.
I'm
Okay, I see. I see how
like, give me a minute. I'm trying to list these characters, but like, not holiday one-shot crazy, or any like not your weird one-shot characters.
They are precious gems, I'll have you know.
I was gonna say, I
But,
think
okay.
Panama and I have the same methodology when it comes to the difference between campaign and one-shot characters.
Yes, campaign. There's a little bit more thought to it because we're at least trying to take it seriously. Obviously, there will still be jokes involved, but it's not like one shot where we return to Monk and get on the typewriter.
Yeah, there is a very strong difference between Panama, the Feylock with his mischievous airs and not fully telling things, and then on the other side you've got Americocra, who is
I'll have you know his name
very
was
far different
Warthog.
individual. Yeah, but it's the only name that sticks in my mind.
Oh, okay, so moderately serious. Like, okay, guys, this is a whole sub-campaign. It's affecting real gameplay. So don't fuck this over, because you might fuck over your main group. Listen. So how would you come up with something?
I know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, DC, you go first.
I know on my side of it, before I even start concepts for a character, I tend to ask, what's the general initial thing going on? Where are we starting? What kind of guidelines would fit best to complement the story? And from there, that's where I build out. And because I tend to get a little bit, I don't want to say hyper, but excited when I actually start the character construction. So it's like, hey, I need all the guidelines before I actually start, or otherwise this could go nuts.
Right,
Yeah,
so
I think one of the first things that's ever posted whenever something like that happens is what are the restrictions, if they aren't already posted in there.
Normal EVA restrictions. You guys would be survivors of Otana, and you guys are banding together to get revenge on whatever caused this to happen.
I am now resisting the urge to go to Pinterest and D&D Beyond to actually build that.
Yeah, you be careful, DM, because we'll if we make this, like, you're gonna have to run it.
No.
Oh, look, my mouse is moving.
Yeah, you be careful. I'm already thinking it up.
Well, that's the point. Is I want to know how you guys would think, so I'm trying to give you a base setting.
I know on my end, from that point, it would really depend on a few different things. Am I listening to music at the time? What am I listening to at the time? Inevitably, I end up on Pinterest looking for inspiration art. I'll figure out what kind of look do I want this character to have, and usually at that point, as I'm skimming Pinterest, that'll give me a direction as far as the race goes, so on and so forth.
Why, the race is always drow.
Hey. Tavasis is human, and Calais was a forged.
I was gonna say, I've yet to be in a game with DC where she plays a drow.
That's because I have restraint. But rest assured, the day is coming. I know there's things I want to talk about it, but I can't. So, all I can say is I can guarantee you at some point you will encounter a drow that I am playing.
I guess for me, it mainly comes down to, like, the first thing that I come across, like, is like the setting and the flavor, because, like, I come up with all sorts of crazy character ideas, but most of those, like, just sit in the hopper, and when I'm given the pitch, like, somebody new, like, comes up in my head. And when it comes to, like, mechanics and stuff like that, like, what class I want to play, it generally is, like, I kind of wait and see what other people are, like, get, like, what they want and everything, because I don't really have too heavy a preference. Like, I like Ranger and Artificer, but it's not, like, a mandatory, you know, like, if we need a cleric, I'll play a cleric, or if we need warlocks, or whichever. So I kind of go from there. So, you know, I get my vibe and then kind of, you know, fit myself nicely into the, like, party composition, and then I just kind of go buck wild.
Oh, first off, I have to put in the fact that we have had to point out that Trey is a drow, and we've seen Trey multiple times in this campaign.
That's true, but do PC NPCs count?
Maybe that's a gray area. Judge
that one. Yeah, that's kind of a matter of perspective, because on one hand, he was a PC, but on the other, he was from a game that Burrito didn't actually play in.
Okay, I think PC to NPC, I think that would count.
Oh, I have to say a couple things. One, quote, Trey is a good being, and then, quote, Trey is best husband.
Yeah, Tart wishes Trey was his husband.
Oh.
Well, then I guess for me, my character creation is basically like of course, I'll ask the restrictions first, and I mean, normally by the group, I have a pretty good idea of what everyone's going to do just off of previous interactions. So I mean, I can kind of guess what I do from there, but most of the time, or half and half, I'd try and do something different. Like so far, I've been just about every class, I think. I can't remember. But I try and do something different each time, depending on how serious I want to take it. Like if I want to actually, like if I don't care if the character's going to die in there at all, then I won't exactly be too serious on the creation. But if I kind of want to be like, okay, I kind of want this guy to see it all the way through, I'll kind of fall back into like a comfort zone, I guess.
Velia quick with the Otana memes.
Oh man.
Swiftness.
Velia is insanely fast with the memes, and on multiple. For context, Velia is a friend of mine that I've introduced to the world, and Velia has been very much enjoying the content.
Is this the first Eva meme?
Okay, I think so. First off, okay, guys. I want to put it to the Society of Chaotic Weirdos, a vote that Valia becomes our official memist.
Yes,
I am 100% for it.
Agreed. He's our meme romancer.
Be the shit lord.
I'm sorry. What is Valia's pronouns? I just went with he. I'm sorry.
Valia is he and him.
All right, perfect. So yes, Valia is officially, as long as he accepts it, he's our official meme lord.
Welcome to the group, Valia. There is no escape.
All right, I've got it. If we're playing like a sub campaign where survivors of Otana and we're level 5, I'm playing. So he's going to be a serious character, but there's going to be like one joke thrown in. So his whole shtick is that he saw all the devastation and everything, and he took a oath of vengeance, right? So he's immune to disease and everything like that. So of all of Cainith's BS. And like the plague nonsense because it had hit the city, but the issue is that he's a goblin called Big Rick.
The biggest plot twist is that it's a goblin named Big Rick.
Yeah, and he's very short for even a goblin.
But you want to meet this character?
He's 10 inches tall. You would step on him.
See, this is the problem, is that now we're going to have to play this. Now we got to run it.
I'm not going to complain.
But completely bent on revenge, wants to protect his friends and his fellow survivors. Plenty of angst and trauma with all of that, but he is very short, and his name is Big Rick.
So, for those in the server, peep at what I just did.
Oh, dang it. It's real.
So, I just made
I look forward to this.
I just made a channel called Survivors of Otana. So, at most, this will be one of our once a monthly things. Hopefully, it won't be as cursed as the pirate game.
I don't think anything's as cursed as that thing is.
You say that. We're going to play a sub game where we're the survivors of a destroyed city of a biblical level disaster.
Yes.
It's going to be very cursed, even if it runs smoothly, schedule wise.
Yeah.
You have invoked my inner angst lord, but also potential my inner chaos nugget. So this could be an interesting game.
So this has gone from, this is just a haha hypothetical, to let's walk through character creations.
Putting up D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
I am now
create characters.
I'm setting aside my crochet project to bring up Pinterest because I think I already know what race I want to be.
You assume that Noggin isn't a survivor of
Oh no, poor
Oh my
Noggin.
goodness, Noggin. For
I
for
will
the
allow
listeners,
that.
Because he's brain damaged. How did he get brain damaged? Backstory. So,
for our listeners, this delightful little character named Noggin is from a game that we run in the background called The Small Ones Strike Back. And so if it's a much more chaotic and silly game. Um, but that's just the background. So if you hear a few character names thrown around, they're probably from uh, Small One Strike Back or another game that we've run called Hearthwarming that may have been mentioned once or twice, and of course the Cursed Pirate game has also been mentioned. So we have a few games going on in the background, but we at the present are only streaming Evatoria.
We're insane. We are addicted to games, apparently. Okay. So apparently, okay, what have I stated so far? Okay.
So if we're talking character restrictions, I wanted to bring up, because this is like probably one of Panama's and I's like favorite features when it comes to character creation since 5e's like come out, is in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. There are optional class features and customize your origin. And it's like one of our favorite things that's ever like, come out, and throwing it to the board. What does everyone think about it?
I mean, you know how I feel about it.
Right. We're very pro.
We're very pro Tasha.
My only thing, as long as you talk to your DM before doing anything crazy.
Well, right, obviously, like within reason or anything. It's just like something that like came up like when our first campaign in 5e. The anyone who to the listeners, when I made Nemia, they weren't like raised in like tiefling society, so it kind of, I had to like write a like whole character from their backstory about like why they know the language Infernal. And so it's like a question that came up. So with like customize your own origin, like if you wanted to play an elf that was raised by dwarfs, it doesn't really make much sense why you would know Elvish and not Dwarvish.
Good times. However, that was before Tasha's came out.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was like something from the before times that came up that I feel like Tasha's fixed, but
Especially custom lineage.
I always forget to play with that.
You ever forget how to Discord? That's again not what I've tried to click on the third time in a row. So, okay. So, tell me what you guys would be doing with your characters.
I'll let the others go first because I'm launching into phase 1 of my operation, so someone else can take the lead.
no, it's good because now we're seeing it like in parallel. So DC is like looking for the aesthetic first, whereas like probably I'm jumping like right into the mechanics, or like speaking for the character. Like I'm looking at paladin stuff right now, and I jumped up to level 5, and I'm like looking at proficiencies, and I'm like, all right, so what would like Big Rick be proficient in? And I'm like, well, he was just a regular goblin, and then all the stuff in Otana would be be popping off, and so his like 2 proficiencies would probably be like medicine because he's trying to help people, and then religion because I mean who are you asking for help in these like situations?
I do have to say, Lucky, if you would like to bring Noggin into it, 100%. Or if you want to make a new character, 100%.
I will consider.
I
I guess for me, this would go for anywhere. I don't know. I'm kind of working out the story first because of reasons.
You know reasons.
For anybody listening at home, Panama, we kind of sometimes us players play NPCs. Panama is playing the bad guy that destroyed Otana. So, you know.
I'm having a conflict of interest, as it were.
So, okay. Every single player has a person that they are voicing as an NPC. Most of them are from Campaign 1. The players who aren't from Campaign, who weren't in Campaign 1, we have other ones. Like, so Sasha is Miri from Campaign 1.
We need to find that adorable little halfling.
Leo are both the same. Trey and Catabasis and Calais. Flux is obviously, if you've listened to Saturday or Friday, listen, Friday.
All good.
Nemea.
It's okay. Words are difficult sometimes.
Braining is difficult.
Yes, it is.
Panama is Kenneth, who is one of the BBEGs. Lockie is also the illustrious Mr. Harp, who only has made an appearance in the very first session, but the group keeps threatening to go back. Vel has, to return the tea set to him like it's supposed to go. Vel and I have not finished discussing it, who he is going, if he even wants, but it's a thing. And I have to voice everyone else because I'm the GM.
That's normally how it goes, yes.
Yeah.
But I actually don't think Kenneth has spoken at all. No,
Kenneth has
because
spoken.
Yes, he
Well,
has. He's
no,
spoken.
no, no, no.
What?
well, yes, he
was there
does.
for one session.
But what I mean, technically two, but what I mean is like on a recording.
Oh, on a recording?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Can you give us the Kenneth voice then?
Please. Treat the listeners.
What exactly am I treating them to?
Chaos, my friend. Utter chaos.
Oh, well, I mean, if you're actually going to come and chase after me, you're more than welcome to. We have plenty of good berry trees, and we actually have this wonderful wine that we make.
Well, there goes Lockie.
Lockie, would you like some Goodberry wine?
Not from him.
Would you believe me if one shot absolutely filled both livers?
Does Kenneth... I don't want to know. How many livers has Kenneth collected?
What are you talking about? I have to replace them every now and then.
Ugh.
Seething in the corner.
What's just in the corner twitching with malicious intent?
No, it's his player.
Listen, if I could do a thing where I could get each of you to voice, like, my favorite voice of each of your guys's, like, I would just be happy.
I'd be down to do that. I just don't know how many of my voices are unique enough to care about.
All of them. I like the one you did for... I can't remember her name. The little... She's not Scoot. Scuttle, but no. From the small ones.
Bing?
What her name was?
The group leader?
Yes.
Right, she's a fun one to do. I actually based her voice off of a character from Dota 2, actually. One of my favorite characters to look at. Really great character design. The character's, what the heck was her name? Dark Willow is the name that she usually goes by in the game. Her actual name is Mareska. I'm not going to get into the lore, though. I just want to talk about her voice because it's really fun and exciting, and, well, she's kind of a fairy in her own way, so it kind of adds a mischievous tone that really brings out the antics that the Small Ones campaign really needs.
Obviously, for Burrito, it would be either Nemea or Boris. I can't pick between those. And they are distinctive.
Only a little bit, and only if the player doesn't fall into either one.
I was about to say they are pretty much interchangeable except for dialect.
Yeah, exactly. They're pretty close. Loosely Slavic.
Loosely Slavic.
Lockheed can just turn up his gain and I'm fine. I'm allowed to simp. It's okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was taking a drink, goddammit!
I will say, just on my own personal opinion, I think one of my favorite voices that I've heard, Locky do. There's two that I really, really like. My first absolute favorite was actually from Campaign 1, where he voiced, sorry, I just saw a comment that popped up in chat. Yes, he voiced Selazin, the High Lord of House Antara. That was actually the first time I'd gotten to hear Locky's voice ever. And so that one has just stuck out to me very strongly. And my other favorite is actually from a different game that we're doing where he plays a very surly and quiet and antisocial individual who I cannot remember the name of for some reason. But the best comparison I have is that he sounds like The Witcher.
Yes, yes, he sounds like Geralt from the audiobooks, and I love it.
Which I've not listened to, so I couldn't impersonate if I wanted to.
You did just fine doing the when you were playing him.
What is that character's name? I don't remember. I have to load up my D&D Beyond to see what character I had.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
If anything, I think it would be Gary of Rivertown.
No. Though that does sound like a hilarious joke character.
I've been waiting to unleash that abomination for a long time.
I think that was that Wellen? Yeah, I think that was Wellen.
Yeah, Wellen sounds familiar.
Yeah, because Stenar's the little dwarf guy.
Yeah, what Soul Givemore is the campaign.
That's
I just loaded up. It is Wellen.
Which always, I expect a Welsh accent from him, and I'm always disappointed.
But you don't like Welsh accents, so you wouldn't want me to suddenly, it sound like, what's his name?
Yeah, but you gave him a name that makes me think of it, so I was screwed either way. Anyway.
You want me to make him sound like Rod Gilbert?
You sound like you want to sell someone a watch in a back alley.
What you buying?
I'll buy it for a high price.
Now look here.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so dragging us back to character creation.
Construction.
This is something I wanted to bring up because this is a very burrito thing that just happened. How does everyone like to do their stats? Do some people like rolling? Do you like point by?
Recently, I think I've been rolling.
I definitely prefer rolling. There's a specific stat rolling rule that I like to roll with, because it gives you a higher. For me, it gives you a higher chance for if you don't want a dump stat, you have better odds at getting higher stats. But my main thing for that is because of past experiences in other circles where I did have fun. It was just some setups didn't work very well. And I ended up with stats that left my character kind of trailing behind. So I kind of have this thing where it's like, I need to have high stats so I can actually do things. But I will say this right off the bat, for any listeners, no, you don't need to have high stats to feel like you're an important player or able to do stuff. Your character can still do things in the game. You're still a very important person in the team. And if you get a low roll on stats, you can always ask your DM, or you can just see what can be done with them. And creative creative attempts to do things can often bypass uh, the mathematical fussiness in some aspects.
So
But yeah, I prefer rolling.
Ian just commented that he likes rolling, but he likes the 3-set option I introduced a little while ago. So to explain that for listeners, I have to go find where I hid it. There it is. No, that's not it. Haha, this is fun. Where did I hide this? There it is. So, listen. There are the 3-set options is where you get to pick between 3 things. This is when I was just where set 1 is 16, 16, 14, 14, 12, 10, which gives you a total of 82. 17, 15, 14, 13, 12, 8, which gives you a total of 79. Or 80 points split however you want to split them. Personally, I don't like rolling my stats. I just want to do point buy or to use one of the pre-generated ones because yeah. I think that comes from the fact for me, I am still at heart a Vampire the Masquerade player, and to do those character sheets, you start with your ability 753, 39 fives, which I know means nothing to anybody, but it's how you do point distribution. And to me, I don't know, it gives individuality with everyone still getting the same feel that they're all on an equal playing field. So I don't like rolling, but I don't, I don't hate anyone who likes rolling. Considering I'm a dice gremlin, you'd think I would like rolling.
I definitely prefer point buy only because I like rolling more. But I mean, if anyone has seen my actual rolls, what is it? I have tragic luck. And what is it? So Big Rick here is a prime example of that. So I just for giggles, I rolled his stats, and we're looking at 2 5s, a 7, 13, 13, 16.
How did you get 5s?
It's tragic. What is it? Panama has sat next to me for close to almost 4 or 5 campaigns now, like to completion. And what is it? I don't think he's ever seen me roll a perception check above 10.
Maybe once.
On a good day. one really lucky one.
No, I think it was.
Ian said that those are some solid stats.
I mean, I'm for it. Big Rick, he's all heart, all heart. He's all bark, no bite.
Burrito, did you get any ones that you did not re-roll?
Yeah, I just rolled the dice. I know we do the re-roll ones thing, but it's kind of hard to do on via D&D Beyond. But
this is why you need some real dice.
I mean, not wrong.
It's true. It would have helped.
Yeah, pull out my dice. Power. What is it? How do we roll again? 46?
Normally with your hands.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's
46 dropped. 46 dropped the lowest. I don't know if you do the 4 1s rule that I do, but yeah, it's basically 46 drop the lowest and re-roll a 1.
Okay, so that's an 11. I'm rolling, guys, right now, live on the air.
All right. I am looking at way too many Pinterest images looking for inspiration.
And I am going to end up posting them in the chat as well as telling you. Ooh, that's not too bad. This is doing just one set of 4d6 reroll ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5, I think. Yeah. I can count. So I just did 46 reroll ones, and I got an 11, a 14, a 13, a 16, a 13, and a 13.
Pretty spread out.
That's not actually too bad.
No, not at all.
I would use that. Oh, sorry. And not a sponsor, but if you're looking for like a dice jail or a dice tower or anything like that, Just Typical is who I get my stuff through,
We are
and he's pretty cool.
we are totally open to sponsors if you want to just throw cash at us, though. That's fine.
So that's JUSTYPICAL. I think I found him on Twitter. No, first it was TikTok, then Twitter. So, yeah. Not sponsored, he just makes cute, cool things. Like, I have a soft spot for gelatinous cubes, and I have a gelatinous cube dice jail. So. Hashtag not sponsored. Yeah.
Not sponsored, but appreciating products.
Yeah, like, small business shout out. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
That's the thing too, is if you find gear that you really like, a person wants to talk about it, sponsor or no sponsor, and then you're doing someone else a favor while you're enjoying something that you really like. It's a win-win, really.
Oh yeah. Okay, so on your character sheets, when you pick, let's pretend I know how the order of how things go. Hang on. Characters.
There is no order. There's only chaos.
Yeah, I have like 100 characters on D&D Beyond. I don't know how to create them. So when you guys you pick a race. Do you pick your race first?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Class or race.
Class first.
Sometimes sometimes it'll be like, ooh, I want to, like, from the get-go, it's like, ooh, I want to play this race this time. Sometimes, but other times it's like, what class do I want to be?
I like to pick the race first because then this might sound a little weird for some folks, but because if I can see, for lack of a better phrase, who I am, I can see what I am, so to speak, or if I can see who they are, I can see what they are, and I can start to develop a personality from there. And often I tend to develop personality before I even get into the class itself because I've already got an image of what they look like, and that in and of itself can tell a story that the class only embellishes or completely contrasts and make people say, huh?
Okay.
That happened a lot with my first campaign 2 character, Calais. Everybody kept forgetting that he was a blood hunter because he was a cinnamon roll instead of an angst lord.
So you pick your class, your race. You pick your class. Now, what I personally do then is I start with level 1, fill out everything. Then I go to, like I said, this was going to be level 5. Then I would do level 2, do everything, pick everything. Then I would do to level 3, picking, like right now I'm just building a barbarian because that's what I do. So, going up to level 3, I'd pick my primal path. I will pick this one. Then level 4, that gives me my ASI, which ability score improvement, which is where you can pick your feats or ability scores. This is right where what inspired this is that when I do it, I will pick my ability score improvement right away. And Burrito and I were talking the other day, and he actually fills out his stats, or his abilities, and then goes back and figures out the ASIs. So how do you guys do it?
Well, I mean that makes the most sense to get the ability sorted first before filling out ASIs, because I mean, you got to factor in the race bonus or to whatever you're trying to do. So I mean, if you know ahead of time exactly what is already there, you can kind of sort everything out easier.
See, for me, the reason I do it the way it is because let's say I have 2 15s, and I know I want my strength to be a 17. If I've thrown my ASI on there already, then I know I don't need to use up, a higher one to get what stat I wanted.
Well, right, but once again, that goes back into racial bonuses as well. Because I mean, if you rolled a 15, I mean that's what you got. But I mean, what if your racial bonus bumps that up to 16 or 17?
Well, you pick your race first, still too.
Well, I know, but I mean that also fills out the abilities as well.
Oh, okay. So DC, how do you do it then?
Sorry, I've just found the inspiration picture for my character, so I was just quickly saving it so I didn't lose it. I tend to mostly just go character, race, like name, race, class, and I'll do most of the class arrangement stuff, but I won't pick feats or ability score modifiers yet. I'll finish that, and then I'll do the stat rolling, because by then I'd have a better picture of who this character is, what I want to see them acting like in battle, and then I'll do the stat rolls and sort that out, and then I use the results of that to fill in the details of how this character does their other stuff, and just little fine tunings and stuff to bring out more of the character through the stats that they got. Because then I have a better feel for, say, if my inspiration character is, we'll say, we'll say I was looking at images of heavier, very cheerful innkeeper type characters because I wanted to make a very bright and bubbly cleric or druid or something like that. In that case, I'd look at the image I have for this character's inspiration, and I'll say, okay, so you look like you might have a high con stat, but you might not have a high int stat or a high strength stat or something like that. I kind of it's weird because I have the step by step, but I also kind of mix it together and kind of work at several different pieces at the same time. It's a little fussy and complicated, so it might be a little strange. I don't just go straightforward step by step by step. I'll do one section, then move to a different section at another point, and then just kind of back and forth until I've got the final image, if that makes sense.
Alright, so I have a question for all of you guys, and you cannot pick Haunted One. What is your preferred background?
Well, damn.
I honestly don't have one. It really depends on what is most suitable for the character that's being made. So I mean,
I'm admittedly the same way to a point. I definitely have a favorite character archetype, and it's the broken one. But if I can't pick that, I'm probably more likely to go for, let's see, like the smuggler. But I flavor text it so it's like, yeah, they'll smuggle slaves out of a bad area. They'll sneak in and do things and stop other people who are doing, dark deeds that most folk don't see. or something like that. But I think overall my favorite other one, which I need to use more, is probably either Outlander or Folk Hero, because there's so much you can do with those.
I was gonna say, I think probably Folk Hero is my favorite. I just like the ones that give you like besides Folk Hero, but the ones that give you like weird, like little things like Far Traveler and Outlander and stuff like that. They give you like some weird like flavor text that you can work with. I also like how Hermit gives you like some profound discovery of some description. It like kind of makes you like you got to like talk with your DM and kind of like work out, well, what is this like weird like little secret that your character knows about that either caused them to become a hermit or get exiled from like being a hermit, like why they're kind of like back in civilization. I just think it's like an interesting, like just little tiny little bit of flavor.
So I actually have been looking at backgrounds myself recently, for no reason at all, and I actually found that Knight gives you retainers, so gives you NPCs to have, and so I want to make my DM cry sometime and use Knight.
I feel like
Challenge
that's
accepted.
I feel like that's why people don't pick Knight, is because they don't want to be like, okay, DM, you have to RP as 3 retainers that are like following me around. And like I kind of like the idea, but I would definitely, if I was the DM, I would make my player RP their retainers.
A fun fact: we've had to deal with this.
Yeah, our Saturday game, we have a lot of
not this specifically, but a version of this that is far less entertaining.
Did Ted do this time?
No. Our Saturday game, we have a lot of followers, and I'm not the worst one. I think I have the least younger.
The worst one.
No, our the other warlock has a full on like
bushwhacking squad.
Yeah. But yes, to save our DM sanity, we play our own associates.
No, I want to torture my DM and make them do it.
That just
The
means
moment I play a game that isn't comical or every character is a child, or I shouldn't say child, but teenage. Okay, preteen to teenager.
Like,
I will let you challenge me.
Awesome.
Because
I'll
I
have you know,
love making
Dottie
NPCs.
is not a teenager. Dottie is.
That's why I threw in preteen, because she's like 11, right?
Yes.
For listeners, the reason why we have such a young character in one party is because the Hearthwarming game is based on the story of the Nutcracker. So all of the characters are, I think our oldest character is 15, and our youngest is 11, and so that's kind of where that one fits into. So don't worry, we're not taking kids on adventures they are too young for. It's
very
okay.
it's very wholesome.
I have seen on TikTok recently not a lot, but a moderate amount of people saying, "Oh, I'm playing an 11-year-old adventurer with a bunch of like adult PCs." And I don't know, I'm not gonna like yuck anyone's yum, but to me that just feels like,
a bit
okay,
weird.
if it was like, let's say we were running a game and I had somebody want to come in for 2 sessions, and so it's a storyline of, oh, you guys find an orphan for like 2 sessions and then take them someplace, and that's the point of the sessions, fine, I'll allow a child for something short term like that. But in games I run, if we were running, I don't even feel comfortable, like I wouldn't feel comfortable running Hearthwarming with all children characters. So that's, DC, you do something I can't do. But everyone has to be of legal age. So
I guess for me, if I was like, I DM sometimes, and I tend to throw really like wild things at my players, and it's just like if my player was like, oh, I want to play like, an 11, 12-year-old or something like that, I'm like thinking to myself, well, man, I'm definitely planning on like, summoning Orcus to come and crap talk y'all by like session 4. So I really don't want to do that to a kid,
I don't understand the appeal of that.
Summoning
I re-
Orcus Session 4 or playing a child character?
No. I completely understand the Orcus part. It makes absolute sense.
Well, I've done with him.
No, just wanting to play a child. I don't get
It's
it.
the sort of setting where it for me, if you're going to have a game aimed for if you're wanting, say, younger players to get introduced to the game, um, or you have a bunch of players who just want something like a lighthearted fantasy little romp that doesn't have hardly any combat or is just very light and feel good. Those are the only points where I'd find um, child characters to be any sort of appropriate. Um, is it has to be a setting specifically built so you're not, you know, causing serious issues and questions of sanity, among other things. Um, Otherwise, just don't. It's there's too
Talking
much
about
stuff that can happen in D&D.
Yeah, talking about ages of characters, I know that within D&D, rules as written, that different races age at different speeds and stuff. Whenever I state the ages, and whenever anyone states ages within Evatoria, you are just telling it in basic human years. You know, I am the equivalent of a, 23-year-old human. Or whatever, because I'm not dealing with that about, oh, well, I think it's Kenku are adults at like 6 or something
That was
crazy like that.
kobolds.
Kobold. It's probably more than one race, but it's basically, they are adult or they are not adult.
You
Or
want
they're
to
really
you want to
old.
know you want to know how you defend a 6-year-old kobold's age? Leap year.
A leap year. That's a weird question. Are there leap years in Eva?
Is there daylight savings? Do we turn the sundials back every
There's
fall and spring?
no daylight savings in Evatoria because there hasn't been a First World War.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
That was canon per the archivist, so I stand by that. There are
Okay,
not
so
we
don't
leap
have to
years
set.
either.
So we don't have daylight savings yet because there hasn't been a world war in Evatoria. Got
And it means pubs are open as long as they want.
Oh, even better.
Yep.
I was gonna say, are there blue laws in Evatoria? Can you not ride a horse on Sunday?
Well, maybe you should ask, maybe Flux should spend time getting his knowledge local up, and then he can find out weird laws from each location.
Well, we're traveling, so I mean, we're in the Grove right now, and I can tell you just for playing one of the NPCs who lives there, there's not many bylaws at the Grove.
I think those kind of bylaws come under knowledge yokel.
I think the biggest bylaw of the Grove is watch out.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
The plants and animals will defend themselves.
They are within their rights to defend themselves.
It's all fun and games until Lockie walks into a dry county.
Oh man, please, I need it. I need it.
Point you guys to monasteries.
Yes. Well, it's okay because Lockie has the alchemy jug and the part of the tea set.
So there'd be no point to it then, because he can still get his drink on.
I think it's just the idea would infuriate him.
We don't take kindly to folks like you around these parts.
Please, this place is uncivilized. You can't even get a drink here.
We drink tea and water. Sorry.
It's okay because the first stupid comment that came to mind was, but what about coconut milk?
If you can milk a coconut, you're welcome to it.
There are no coconuts in the mountains.
I mean,
I don't care. It was the first thing to mind.
Are you telling me that coconuts migrate?
I was going to say, apart from ones that have been dropped there by swallows, obviously.
finally got around to picking my class part of building a character, guys. I'm making progress.
Chaos. But, okay. I don't even know what else there is with characters.
But I know we don't really do alignments, do we?
We do not do alignments, just because,
We
okay,
don't do alignments here.
I don't do alignments in my games because my experience is too many people will be like, oh, I am this alignment, and then don't play their alignment, or they'll use it as an excuse. Like, oh, I am chaotic neutral, so that means I can stab this shopkeeper because he didn't give me a deal.
I believe that's called chaotic stupid.
So,
Unless it's a changeling. Sorry.
I am not stepping in the moonlight. So, I don't
very changeling of you.
I don't do alignments for my players. I don't make them do it. So, or if they want to do it, I make them play a few sessions and then see how their character is being played.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing is like an X factor. Sometimes you write a character and they come out like once you get moving and like you're actually like in the head, like in your headspace and like playing the character. A lot of times, at least maybe for me, like they kind of like you might have an idea for a character and you think it's going to go one way, but then when the rubber meets the road, it's kind of like they kind of almost switch up on you and they kind of like, I don't know, develop on their own.
I mean, that's kind of what happened with Panama. Well, you were kind of there, or you joined in right when he was kind of being a bit more good. But in the beginning, he was like, I had him as like true neutral. Like he'd do some sketchy stuff for reasons, but after a while, it started like shifting into like, okay, we'll do sketchy stuff, but I mean, we're not gonna like do like bad shit.
We're not gonna be just malicious.
Yes. Although
the Knolls would like to argue with that one.
Well, it's okay because I gassed myself on that one too.
See,
for everyone else, Panama basically gassed an entire Knoll cave.
Oh.
Catching himself in the toxin as well. So it evened out. Because that's how the Geneva Convention works out.
It's okay as long as you gas yourself too.
Exactly. Don't listen to me. I'm terrible.
This is not legal advice.
I played my alignment and you're all horrified. So it's like Lockie is lawful neutral and he's like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to kill the maid because she's about to scream, and everyone's like, Lockie's gonna kill the maid. And well, yeah. This is completely what? Why not? Why? And so apparently,
find out. The maid is from Otana. If anyone felt the urge to play her as your character,
Remind me what race she was.
Drow.
I don't think I ever stated.
She did work for a drow, so
She worked for a drow.
So does the DM have specific thoughts and preferences?
Female?
Yeah, that's
I can do that.
Normally.
I can go dig deep into our archive and see if I can find Flux's session 0. Unless I think most of that was in voice.
Yeah.
That was mostly in voice because I was there. I was there for that for reasons.
Oh no, there was a little bit before.
For two things. One, I don't care. We can retcon if you choose to play her. We can retcon whatever race she was to what race you want. Second, one of the monasteries does in fact have a coconut tree because a certain person transplanted a coconut tree to the monastery.
Beautiful.
And it is canon. I am canonizing it.
Interdasting. I think the only time like alignment has ever become like a specific thing is when the DM specifically says like, "Hey, we're kind of hard locking the alignment into one case." Ergo, our Saturday game where we have to play some form of evil character.
Don't you always play an evil character?
I do not play evil characters. Again, it's like BP doesn't even exist. How rude.
I have not played a good session with BP in literal ages. We need more BP.
Yeah, I think it has been over here.
I think there was one shot.
Yeah,
there was two.
Well, oh my god! In the last year.
Yeah, I think there was like two.
Well,
they're mostly combat, but yeah.
We need somebody to run a game so BP and Lilia can exist again. Sorry.
For reference, BP was a Warforged who, honestly, I kind of wish he didn't get his sentience as quickly as he did. It would have been far more.
Sketch.
Yeah.
So I have to say, Ian says, quote, "I don't play all evil characters. I have one good," end quote. Then he says, "Panama is amazing, LOL."
Like, the person or the character?
Both is what I'm gonna guess he's going to say.
No, okay, cool.
But he has not answered that. I'm just guessing.
But yeah, there's only two characters that I've played that are actual evil. Well, on the evil spec.
I would say Moon's not our Saturday game. Moon's not like actually evil. He's just opinionated about a certain school of magic.
Yeah.
But Ian actually said the person.
Oh, yee. You're cool too. Everyone here is cool.
Yay.
Make sure you pick up your crowns at the nearest retail store.
I'm kind of cold, not cool.
Would you technically be lukewarm?
No.
Oh, okay. Anyway, well, yeah, technically a moon is listed as lawful evil. What the fuck was that?
Valio, you might want to be careful. The DM is canonizing these things.
Yeah, Velia, you might find yourself roped into being an NPC, reoccurring Cabbage Man kind of character. Or a full-blown PC, depending on the antics.
Please.
Please.
He is more than invited. Bring more chaos into this.
You don't know what you ask for.
Oh, you've done it. You've done it. Yes.
You really don't know what you just asked for. I've heard stories.
Do it.
Said I invited Panama. It was fine.
You haven't.
I am not that bad.
Velia's characters. Uh-oh, we got a spam bot.
We already, like, pew, pew, pew. I think
Beautiful.
I had.
That's slightly amazing that we're considered pop enough to have a spam bot.
That is kind of surprising.
Very.
There's no laser rifles in Evatoria, unfortunately. You cannot have one.
Yet.
Any laser rifles yet?
Yeah, yet. This is the tide of technology marches forward constantly. Do tides march? I don't know, but you know what I mean.
All things are possible through our Lord and Savior, the Omnissiah.
Just saying, like, you gotta be careful with technology and magic in Eva. They don't like each other.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. I'll bring in someone with a big brain.
Didn't you already?
Panama's got a few wrinkles. But I'm talking about big brain.
I meant Canis.
We don't want Kenneth making things for Evatoria. He will kill it all.
He's already in the process of making great things for you, Victoria. It's going to work out just fine.
For the record, for our dear listeners, Otana is gone.
It's not gone.
And
It's still there.
Still on the map.
Otana is a crater.
No, it's not.
And
I did find.
it's a fungal monstrosity, probably.
No, it isn't.
Didn't it just burn? I don't remember what the spell
Well,
was.
considering like the 9 plagues of not Egypt kind of washed over it, there's probably not a lot left.
Oh, so Panama, can you give me that spell again? Because I can't find where I saved it. Oh, and there was another spell I need to ask you for again, because again, I cannot find it.
Wait, didn't you pin it though?
I don't know. Do I look at our pins? We have pins?
Yes.
Who are you again?
Well, you see, I'm Panama. Pin is in a different server, different world actually.
I did find medieval rest.
It's in the pins, and there are 12 plagues. Thank you very much.
Yes, but that's the okay. I still need to ask you for the second one.
What do you mean?
There's another spell that I didn't pin that you sent me that I need again. But I can't say anything more than that at this moment because spoilers. I will DM you later.
I don't see any like specific spells. I see some Reddit threads.
It was a ritual. Well, it's not pinned, but it was a ritual spell.
I'm sure I have it sitting around somewhere.
It's somewhere in our chat.
Yes. But anyway, there are 12 plagues, okay? Don't undersell his abilities.
I will undersell what I feel like.
He'll be the first to die.
I did find
I look forward to it.
medieval antimicrobial. That's all I'm saying.
Medieval mint.
Gonna chain you to a
One-
dehumidifier, Kenneth.
One great big bottle of Roundup.
I don't think
Oh my
anything's
goodness.
fixing that.
Listen.
Yeah, we're listening.
We need to talk more so we can get some more memes from the meme lord.
Yeah. Well, how about favorite races? Like, just overall, does anyone have a specific race they are almost always drawn to, even if they don't always play them?
Or
I did a rod.
Sorry,
Dylan.
what?
Playable race, not car, not like an actual like speed race.
Oh, no. What playable character race in D&D? Sport cars are a different topic.
alright.
Goblin, tiefling.
Dwarf, tiefling, changeling.
Gustin. Sorry.
We know DC's answer.
Yeah. As Lockie pointed out to me in a discussion a while back, I am officially known as the Drowcaholic. And I am okay with this. I also have a soft spot for dwarves.
For me, I'd say between Kobold, Human, and Warforged.
So we have Velia saying skeletons, Ian saying tieflings, and Velia saying that he's got to run away soon because he hates us.
Rude.
Oh no.
It's not actually what he said. He does have to leave soon, but that's not why. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
So what do we do when that audience leaves?
Ian's there. We just keep talking.
We're talking for Ian. Okay.
We're not talking for an audience. We're talking for each other. But
Okay.
yeah, yes, Ian. We know that you love tieflings. This is why I am so sad that you did not that Leo does not get to meet Nemea.
Eventually. Maybe.
No.
Oh. Damn.
No, I just came to hit you with plot, and then I'm riding off into the sunset.
I see. Rude.
But you guys missed so much of the plot that was given. Like, my god.
Well, excuse me if I was too busy giving upsies.
Oh, the baby is so cute. So, alright, so we've talked about favorite race, favorite weapon.
It's hard to say because recently the most recent characters have kind of been solving things with their fists.
He does love the unarmed build. I will say. I love a two-handed longsword.
Longsword is second, mostly because Panama uses a longsword.
I'm sorry, not the longsword, the great sword, the
the great sword.
yeah,
Way
the
more.
2d6. Yeah. I play a lot of Dark Souls, right? I like big swords.
Unga bunga.
Listen, I want a warhammer.
Yog strong hoot.
Yes, another Warhammer user.
Like, okay, this was still back in Pathfinder. Lockie, myself, Ian, and our friend Bree I think Bree was running it. We're playing. I think Bree's ex-wife was also playing. And I was playing a dwarf with a magic warhammer that at its smallest size was 12 foot and could extend up to, I think it was a 60-foot range. I love me some big hammers.
Size queen.
I believe those are called mauls now.
Sun Wukong, but make it a Warhammer.
Listen, I need to be a player again.
I'm sorry.
more
I need to post the schedule.
You do.
God, I need to post that schedule.
How dare you not?
Well, you know what?
I don't know.
Screw it. Everyone's here. What's next Thursday?
Not everyone's here. Dusty's not here.
That's because his internet is made out of cheese.
It's because he's working tonight, actually.
Oh shit.
His internet is made out of cheese,
shit.
though.
Did we agree on one for Thanksgiving?
Oh.
That's
Was good for
you Americans.
was good for everyone.
Thanksgiving.
Just,
Do it on Thanksgiving.
that's
Just do it on. I mean, yeah, everyone eats in the afternoon, anyways.
it's the second Thursday, third Thursday.
24th.
That's what I thought.
The 24th.
Yeah. So,
I was
I was gonna say I'm picking up a call on Thanksgiving, but I'll be down to play. I'll just play somebody who is on the verge of having a heart attack or something.
Well, it'd be the Thanksgiving one shot. So
hang on, I don't even know. That might be the Thursday I work, y'all. So just don't. Oh wait, no, I'm off
No,
for that Thursday.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Because I
you're
threw such a fit about it because my boss sucked. So yeah, no, I don't work that Thursday. It's up
DC,
to
what
you.
about you?
Which Thursday is that?
The
That'd be the
24th.
24th.
I can probably do that. Sorry, I was sidetracked rolling stats for my new character.
You're fine. Like I said, it would be on Thanksgiving, but I mean, I don't know how everyone else is, but I mean, normally start eating in the afternoon anyway. So I mean,
Yo, my Thanksgiving's long gone. I'm in Canada.
And Lockie's in the UK, so that leaves out of
so they don't celebrate it.
No, they do not celebrate it there.
I think this is an important addition to the podcast because this is the true BBEG of any D&D campaign scheduling.
Much like how the D&D movie got rescheduled.
One of the main cast couldn't make Thursdays.
So we can try and shoot for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
All right.
So the question now is it going to be streamed now that we've advertised it on the podcast?
I mean, I don't care.
That is up to the DM.
I don't care. Screw it. Let's do it.
Apparently.
We'll do it live.
Beautiful. Chaos abounds.
Yes.
What time do you want to start that session? I'm making the event right away.
7 o'clock work for everyone?
7
Nice
your
and
time?
early. Yeah.
I don't know what time that is my time, but it'll probably work. I think that's like 4 o'clock my time.
Whatever time we start it today.
Like 3 or 4.
Okay, yeah, it's 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I have created.
Yeah.
Yeet. So. I don't even know if there's any other question. Okay, I have one more question. So on D&D Beyond specifically, the character frame and background, is it important? Oh, and the dice skins. Do you do different ones for each character?
Not really.
If I'm invested in
about
the
it,
character.
I have thought about it, but no. 1, I'm lazy, and 2, I like my potion bottles.
If I'm invested in the character, I'll change their sheet around to make like a pick a background and stuff like that. But generally, my dice stay on D&D Beyond stay the same. Though I find a set that I like, and I'll roll with them until I get sick of them.
Yeah, I like the astral set because I mean it's all clouded over until it stops, so it keeps you in suspense longer.
One other question with that, okay? Normal mode or Underdark mode?
Underdark.
Underdark.
Burrito?
You specifically made this question to call me out. It depends on my mood. Sometimes it's light mode, sometimes it's Underdark. Same thing with all of my apps.
I just don't like the bright lights in my face.
Yeah, I find it's hard to look at the white bricks on the screen.
I feel like I have a bit higher tolerance for light modes because most of my devices have like a blue light filter on them.
Oh, I have noticed that if I'm on screens for a long period of time, if I'm in a light mode or white screens, it actually will trigger my migraines faster. So, like, even at work on my work computer in Epic, I have that set to a darker setting. Oh.
Yeah, I just took the filter off of my monitor and I was blinded by this character page. So yes. If no filter, dark mode.
So.
I have a quick question about the sub campaign side quest story thing.
Okay.
What are we doing for equipment?
Well, the realistic thing. Sorry, DM, but I'm just being cheeky now. The entire town's dead.
So basically, it's whatever like base stuff your character would have, because literally it's gonna be whatever you could grab while you were fleeing at the early nights of the plague.
I wonder which day that was. What day would be considered the best to leave, or the absolute worst part to leave? Did we all leave on the same day?
Yeah, you guys will have left at the same day, is what I'm gonna say to make it easier to get you guys together.
Oh yeah, we could all like know each other. I would love that if we like.
I'm down with that. I'm down to talk history with one or two folks in the background, iron out a couple things. There's
Yeah,
a couple things I want to ask the DM about. So
I'm gonna say
Quick, roll a d11.
okay, where's the bot? You can't roll a d12 with a normal dice. Or you can't roll d11 with a normal dice.
Well, the only reason
Bot
I
can
didn't
roll
say,
it.
the only reason I didn't say d12 is because
the 12th day is.
the 12th day is death.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm just gonna pull out a d12 and roll it anyway. Well, that's a 12, so that's no 5. So between 4 and 5, so between the flies and the pestilence.
So that means we would have. So that means we would have already suffered through all the water turning to blood, frogs raining down, the lice, the flies, and a new pestilence.
And that's when you guys decided to leave.
You're a resilient bunch of people.
It's that paladin oath. It's that immunity to disease.
So yeah, all the fresh water within 5 miles. Well, I am adjusting some of these just so you guys know, because I think there's one that's like more than 5 miles. 5 miles, 5 miles, 5 miles. 5 miles. Maybe I thought darkness was 100. Yeah, the 100 miles one I have adjusted. It wasn't 100 miles. So.
100 miles of the sound. Wait, wouldn't that be? No, that wouldn't be the entire island. That doesn't make it sound possible. That entire island ain't 100 miles.
So. You don't know how big that island is.
You're right, I don't. But I mean, I don't think it's. I don't know.
So, but yeah. What I'm saying is that it started at just the city and expanded because it's the 9th, 10th, and the 11th. So, just the city, then I'll do like 2.5 miles, then the 5 miles, just so everything will have been 5 miles. So, I think that is. Jesus.
It was not me. Well, it was not me.
Panama the player, yes.
Panama the character, no. God, if he could do that,
it's very confusing because Panama is Panama, but Panama is not Panama.
Kane is the one who done it.
So, okay, Cainith, who was played by Panama, destroyed the city of Otana.
We've been over this. You were there for that.
No, I'm trying to clear it for Velia.
Oh, I thought we were talking to Leo because I saw in the chat he said, "What did I do?"
Everything. And nothing. A little bit of something. The details are a little bit fuzzy, you see.
Time's such a fickle thing.
Listen, Leo. Maybe if you got out of your cave and actually did something. That reminds me, I need to DM Leo.
Oh, he's in a cave. That's good to know.
I was just meaning, like, cave, like, under a rock type thing.
We need our cult leader back.
Yes, totally not in a prison, arguing with his eldritch sugar daddy.
Oh my.
Why would he be arguing? I believe, quote, all warlocks are simps, end quote, Panama.
Yes, absolutely.
I may never play any kind of warlock type character while Panama's in game.
Rude.
Okay.
I say as one of the major NPCs in my game is in Hearthwarming is in fact a warlock.
So, alright, one other question about character creation. Backgrounds. Do you prefer to have just like go over a quick background with vague ideas to your DM? Do you want a full, like, thought out background? How do you like to present that to your DM?
Depends on how serious I am taking this. Like if I am like into the world or into the setting, and I actually want to integrate into it and try and add to the world, yes, I will go heavy with the background. If I'm mostly, like I said, it varies on how interested I am. Like one shot, if it's there, it's like no. there's no thought. But if I'm interested, then yes, I will go all out.
I can't help myself even if it is a one shot. B always gets a novel.
I was gonna say it depends on the DM how much backstory I give them. Was it definitely for Izzy got we ended up workshopping quite a bit. So
yes, I remember what y'all having me do. So
right, for the twins, yeah, we did give you a lot for that.
He gave me a lot, but also nothing. But also that was the point. So
Exactly.
The twins are amazing.
Sorry, I was just going to add more backstory things. I remembered a couple things. I will leave some points for DM to have free reign. Certain events in Catavas's background were left to the DM. And I know I am planning a different character where it's going to be a lot of freestyling on the DM's part. Unless B wants me to help because it'll be a big task. But for the most part, it's just a big book with some parts left wide open, so it's not like I want this and it's just rigid because I don't want to demand I get fully my way in anything. It's like this is, I'm in the story, but I'm not the main part of the story, so it's not up to me to make the hard plays. Hard writing decision on that front.
Listen, the worst thing you can say to your DM is, I want the trauma.
Oh, that's like all of my characters thus far.
I would rather, as a DM, be given...
Absolute power.
Okay. So, shush, Lucky. I hate when I'm not given any background at all. Basically, like, okay, this is my character.
So you hate it anytime I create a character?
Oh, I'm not going there.
Okay, I've just discovered this. Oh.
Oh God,
No,
I heard that.
Honestly though, you and I have discussed it, and you've given me more background, but it did feel like pulling teeth. But I actually love what we've done with Loki and the background you've come up with now.
Okay.
Because, it felt like the reason it bothered me is because I would ask you a question and you'd be like, oh, well, I know what it is. But you wouldn't tell me, and as the DM, I kind of needed to know.
I didn't know you needed to know. You didn't make this clear. You're just like, what are you doing? I'm
so,
like, I know what he'd do. But you didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't ask me.
It just came from the fact that I am too experienced, and I didn't take into account that you were really new to D&D. So that is actually coming back to me.
Okay.
So,
anyway, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I just realized, oh, okay. Izzy hates everything I do. Okay.
I don't hate everything.
Good to know. It's like, oh.
No, okay. what I hate more than not getting anything is when I am given 18 pages of backstory for a level 3 character with completely thought out NPCs, completely everything thought out. I don't feel like I have an easy way to get to integrate that character in when if you are set in stone, this is how it's got to be. And not just that, then I don't feel comfortable playing those NPCs. So I love getting, like, basically, like, bullet points or a paragraph or workshopping it. Like, you'll be like, hey, I want to play a dwarf who was raised in Wakun with the gnomes and who, like, does tinkering. Perfect. Let's workshop. Let's get some characters. Let's get some stuff. It gives us a good basis to work together on. But nothing and too much is both. They're hard.
Yeah, I think that's another thing. It's like, I think it's on the players side or players side that they need to understand, like, you are a level 1 character. You cannot come in here saying you slayed an ancient dragon or have served in like 3 different wars. You
Only
can't
one
do
war.
that. Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Especially considering there hasn't been a war on this plane of existence for like a century. So,
No,
I mean,
20 years.
20 years.
I'm making a point. Trying to make a point. Just. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. God damn it. Well, yeah, I mean stuff like that. It's like you can't go all out like that. I understand wanting to go out all out like that, but I mean, there's got to be some limitations on that.
Is there anything else with character creation you guys all want to discuss?
Favorite class to play overall?
Bear.
Artificer.
Ranger? I can feel the hate already.
There's nothing. Hey, there's nothing wrong with liking the Ranger. Ranger was actually going to be one of the ones I commented on.
He's talking about me.
I was gonna say, Locke. Don't worry. I love Ranger. I would say it's a tie up between Ranger and Artificer, are like my 2 favorites.
Honestly, if I take into account 5e only, the class I don't like, which is going to amuse anybody who knows my heartwarming character, is Artificer. I do not like playing them.
You do need a spread for them.
It's okay. I just want a big weapon to hit things. I don't want to make decisions. That's why I don't do spellcasters.
Absolutely nothing Freudian there. Nope.
But the thing is, you don't make decisions as an artificer. You make solutions to the problems, and sometimes those solutions are explosives.
The solution is just a big hammer.
I think sometimes Izzy's artificers make the problem, though.
Listen, Dottie.
Just make a solution for your problem. That's all it takes.
Dottie is the wielder of the whoosh. She lights things on fire. It's fine.
I feel like that creates a problem. But
I'm be fine.
Yeah,
I think.
Should be at least.
You do you, etc.
I mean, I melted one of the enemies. It was fine.
I will state for the record that Ian has mentioned that his favorite class to play is Cleric, and Rogue is a very, very close second.
I do like
You can jump on
clerics.
someone with that sneak attack that can do a lot of damage, especially if it's crit.
If you multi-class a druid and a cleric, are you a Derek?
I don't know if I should laugh or wince.
Just random
So,
thoughts.
Lucky, will you write a character that is a cleric druid cross-class named Derek? Please.
He has enormous adenoids. Basically, he speaks like every British D&D player. I think you'll find that was a critical hit.
Dude,
The only thing I fear for you if you do that is your spell list is going to be massive, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Which
I think
fits.
the only way that could be worse is cleric sorcerer.
Or maybe druid wizard, even though that would be a
Ooh.
ridiculous combo. I
Ooh.
think that would probably be the longest.
yeah, but the only thing with the druid wizard is you'll have 2 spellcasting modifiers, so that's 2 things you got to keep up with.
So what you do is you pump int and you only have like a decent wisdom, and so all of your support spells stay on wisdom. Or no, because healing would be on your wisdom, so you want max wisdom, and then it would be mediocre.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
However, going back to the cleric druid combo, a cool flavor one that I can think of is a Twilight Domain cleric mixed with a Circle of the Constellations druid.
I haven't played
That
enough
would
druid
be-
or cleric to know what that does.
You get like really far dark vision, and then you can also give your channel divinity gives like temp HP based on your level.
Yeah, I would.
And then with the Circle of the
Constellation druid.
Yeah, you can basically you basically get like a radiant bow.
Oh yeah, and the bow has like 120 feet range as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, with some other stuff. There's Chalice and Dragon, I think it is. A lot of cool stuff.
So Ryson was that circle,
Yeah.
by the way.
Well, you were the Constellation Druid. Yes.
See, Derek in this case, if he had excellent dark vision, would have really thick bottle-bottom glasses.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Peer into the night.
Yeah.
Lucky, will you please make this character for the Otana sub game, please?
Oh, what have I done to myself? I'll
You're in it
consider
now.
I'll consider it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm terribly sorry, but it is a work night for me, so I'm gonna need to dip out a little bit early. But thank you, everybody. Hope everyone had fun.
I definitely know I had fun.
Enjoy.
All right, have a good night.
Finished my character.
Night. I don't know if we actually have that much more to discuss tonight for our podcast.
I don't think we do. I can't think of anything.
All right. DC, you did the intro. You want to do the outro?
I sure can. Thanks everyone for tuning in and listening to the podcast. We hope you enjoyed it, and we definitely look forward to catching you all next time for the 3rd podcast, and I should say, for anyone who tunes in to the next installment of Evatoria. We've got a lot of exciting things on the way, lots of plot twists that we haven't even discovered yet, and who knows what chaos is around the corner.